Hey guys, it's Chris. Welcome back to my channel. Look at my hair. I bunned it today. Put a little bun. You can kind of see the green in it, in the bun. But yeah, I just bunned it today. I'm coming to you today with a kind of different video. Um, it's about round robins. So, stay tuned for that. But what I wanted to say, I'm not feeling good today. I don't know what my issue is. I just took some ibuprofen or something. My neck is killing me. I think I was having a lot of anxiety last night, and so I was kind of like up and down and up and down, and I really didn't want to wake Marin up because he has to get up at 5 a.m. So I was like, I ended up sleeping on the couch because by the time I kind of started to feel a little better, it was like 4:30 and he gets up at 5. So I was like, I really don't want to go into bed and just wake him up. But um so I ended up sleeping on the couch. I think that's might have been what it was. I don't know, but ugh, it's killing me. Anyway, I'm hoping the Tylenol will kick in. But oh, and I also wanted to say, you're gonna see from now on my videos. I know I promised you guys the next video would be decorated. It's not yet. I had one of those days today. I mean, I'm sure everybody has them, where you have so much to do and you don't get it accomplished. Like yesterday, I had a ton to do and I got so much accomplished. Like, um, oh God, we had to return equipment for AT&T cable, whatever crap. And we had to go grocery shopping. We had like nothing in the house. We had to do big grocery shopping. Then we had to do, we had to go to my mom's house because she's in Arizona and she was worried about her pipes. So she wanted us to check and make sure like the pipes were warm and everything. And my dad wanted us to start the Mercedes. So, let that run for a little while. So we were kind of on the go to like, God, almost like 8 p.m. Um, and so I got got a lot accomplished. Not during the day, unfortunately, but once Marin got home, he kind of had to light a fire under me. But today I had so much to do, and I just didn't do it. Like you make yourself a list, and you have that list, and you're like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, and then you don't. I mean, well, like I said, I didn't get to sleep until 4:30, and um and normally when I have like hours and hours of, panic and anxiety, it takes a lot out of me, physically. So I ended up sleeping till like 2. And then my son gets home at 3. And then Marin gets home about 4:30, 5 o'clock. So the only thing I did today is ran my son to therapy. Like that was like the only thing that I did today. So I don't know. I feel kind of bad. It was an unproductive day. So I don't know. I'm just feeling kind of down today. It's one of those down days. But enough about my downers. Um what I wanted to tell you, and this is such exciting news, you guys. I'm so excited. Up here in each of my videos now, you're going to see an annotation, and that's a link that will bring you to the giveaway that I'm having this month. So so if you guys say you missed it, then you're not, you know, um, getting the emails. Like I say, I tell everybody, if you're going to subscribe to my channel, please, subscribe and then hit the little gear next to where it says subscribe and it'll say receive emails, and that way you guys don't miss out. I just hate having giveaways and people are like, oh my god, I missed out. I'm like, I know, I can't stand that. So I figured what I would do is I put an annotation up here, um and that will link you to the giveaway video. So when you're done watching this video, you can click that and you'll get all the rules and stuff for the giveaway video. So I just figured that that's a better way to kind of get it out there. So from now on till the contest closes. This contest, I say this because from my last video you will know, this contest is closing, I believe, around the 24th of this month of January. So around the 25th, on the 25th, I'll pick a winner. So either the 24th or 25th, it'll be closing, and I will pick a winner. So don't like wait till last minute, guys, please, to enter. This one's easy peasy. I do have a vendor for February, and this vendor actually only wants, this is gonna, February giveaway is going to be huge. It's not going to be hard, but it's going to be huge. I think we're going to do some sort of trivia, but it's in celebration of him reaching, I just, maybe I gave it away. Maybe I didn't. Um, this vendor reaching 150 likes on his Facebook page. I keep saying his or hers, whatever. Um, so this vendor is being super duper generous. I specifically do not know the prize yet. It was hinted in convo that we had, but the February giveaway is only going to be a week. So I will be bumping that a lot. I will post everywhere that I can on all the wax boards. But just to let you guys know, it'll only be a week. Then we have another one coming in March, and we have another one coming in April, and another one coming in May, and another one coming in June, and another one coming in July, and another one coming in August. And then September is an open slot right now. So for my vendor friends, if you guys want the month of September, but October is full. We have another one in October. And then there's only November and December. I'm booked for a year, you guys, on these giveaways. Every month, you guys, it's going to be a new vendor giveaway. So that is so exciting. So all my subbies have the opportunity to win every month on my channel. I can't believe it. I'm freaking out. Like, I'm so excited at the response. So like I said, I do have 3 months left. So towards the end of the year. So if any of my other vendor friends have not heard about this or seen it, please check it out. I posted it in the Wax Addicts Club. So it's on my Christine's Wax Talk page. It's on my vendor and YouTube review page. So if you're interested, if you're a wax vendor or even a bath and body vendor, that's awesome too. And you're interested, get a hold of me. So anyway, this video, 7 minutes later, I just had to, that news was so exciting. I'm so excited. I can't believe it. What I can help offer to my subbies. I'm just super super excited. I love you guys so much that like it brought tears to my eyes. Like all these people offering to do this, like sponsor these giveaways, and I get to host them, and my subbies like make out. Like I don't know, it's mind-boggling. I just love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so this video is about round robins, and a lot of people have come to me and asked me, when they want to start a round robin, they'll come to me and they'll say, hey, I want to do a round robin, and what do you think I should do? What do you think some of the rules should do? I have a sheet actually of some rules. Whenever you do a round robin, obviously what I tend to do is send them this document, and I say, of course, you can pick and choose, what you want to take out, what you want to maybe put something else in. But I think this is pretty good as far as if I was going to have a round robin myself. Not necessarily a vendor round robin. Like a lot of vendors have come to me and said, mostly vendors have come to me and said, I want to start a round robin. What do you think I should do? And so I send them this, and then I say, hey, if you got any other questions, let me know. This is kind of what I think is the important key points or whatever. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what it says on this sheet. So number one is, I may change this sheet at some point, but these are just some ideas. Like I said, everyone can run their own Red Robin. I'm gonna keep saying Red Robin. Like, no, I don't want a burger. Round Robin, their own way. It's your round robin. You can run it however you like. This is what I find some of these key points in here help it run a lot smoother, and how I would personally do it. So, and I'll tell you on here like what I agree with, what I think is, you know, super important, what I think is like not so super important. So this says this is how things are going to work. I, meaning the vendor, or me, or you, or whoever wants to run around robin. I'm gonna have trouble this whole video with this. Sorry if I say red robin the whole video. You guys know what I mean. That equals round robin. I'm sorry. We'll send out a box chock full of wax. There's enough of the wax for everyone to have either, and this is your choice. Either, you know, one of everything in the box, if you want everybody to be able to have two of everything in the box or three of everything in the box, that's your choice. This is vendor specific. If you're going to run a round robin yourself, like a personal round robin, obviously you're going to fill it with multi-vendors. So in that case, you would let the person take out as much as they want, as long as they put in the same amount or greater. So, for example, like I think that's very important. So for example, if you take out 12 ounces of wax, make sure you put in 12 ounces of wax or greater. Super important. That number one. Number two, this is something that it's on here. It says there will be a master list in the box of what was in the box when you started. You are responsible for updating the numbers on the list and adding, subtracting what you took out, and, you know, and you'll write down what you put back in. Master lists, to me, are they super important? No. As long as there's a video, I prefer a YouTube video to pictures. A lot of the times with pictures, it's really hard to show everything that you take out or show everything that you put back. So the person, you know, kind of has to take your word for it. And unfortunately, what happens sometimes is people will say, oh, I put in this, 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 and this, but they don't. Like, they say they put it in, like, say, I don't know, like Sniff My Tarts, you know, oh, I put in this, 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 and this from Sniff My Tarts, because, you know, a lot of people love Sniff My Tarts, so they're like, oh, okay, you know, great. And so they're looking forward to it, and then the people don't. They take it out, the Sniff, you know, the Sniff My Tarts they said they were going to put in, and they replace that with other stuff. So their ounces are still the same, but the vendors that they said they put in are not the same. To me, I prefer, like, if I was gonna run one, you have to make a video. You just have to, and it has to explicitly show what you took out and what you put back. You know, that's all. I know a lot of people don't, you know, not everybody has I should say not, I mean, in this day and age, who doesn't have a webcam or a phone or something that takes video? I don't know. But that's how I would do it. If the people in your round robin cannot do a video, then I would probably suggest a master list. That way you could see each person, what they took out, what they put in. Then the next person, oh, like say there was a lot of Daphnes, the first person put in a ton of Daphnes. Okay, the next person, how many of that did they take out? So like at the end, you can kind of check and compare. Like, you know, okay, well, there were supposedly 8 Daphnes, and now I have 3, and, you know, 3 people, there are 2 people, took some out, you know, kind of, you can kind of gauge like who's being honest and not. It's kind of, it's, you know, the thing that stinks is, you know, I like everybody to be honest, and especially when it comes to round robins. Like, don't round robins are not meant to be. Now, this is one thing I have to say. I've seen people post videos on round robins, um, as far as bad round robin experiences. I don't agree with that. I just don't. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt and not make a rant about it. Like, you know, they'll get like a box back, or not even a box back, but they'll get the box and go, oh, it's all crap. You know, and sometimes the people really put a lot of, you know, heart into their putbacks, and they really enjoy that vendor. that brings me to another point. So for you to say, oh, it's all crap, that's not really nice, you know? You know, it doesn't happen all that often. Most of the time, I think round robins go okay. I mean, okay, they go okay. I haven't had spectacular round robins that I've been in. I think I had one that was really good, that I was in, and then the other ones were decent. Um, so anyway, master sheets, whether you want to do them, you don't want to do them. I mean, do I think they're a bad idea? No. The reason I say I'm not so huge on them is for my own personal reasons, is because this is why. Because when I do a round robin, when I'm participating in a round robin, I don't really have the time, I mean, and or the energy or whatever to just go out and write everything out. Okay, put in 4 ounces, scent, 4 ounce chunk of Rose Girls in the scent of blah blah blah. And then I put in 1 ounce because I put in so much more than I ever take out. And on top of that, what I also tend to do is whoever hosts the round robin gets their own package from me. That way, the stuff that I put in is for everybody else to enjoy it, and it's good, and that's great, but that way they don't end up with just kind of like sometimes people do it. A round robin starts out really good with a whole bunch of good stuff, and by the time it gets to the last person, it's kind of picked through. And then you're handing it to back to the person who started it, and that's not a really great experience. So, when they see like the first video and it's got, Daphne's and Rose Girls and whatever everybody's favorite vendors are. And they get it, and there's none of those vendors in there because it's been picked through. And of course, when you have a round robin, everybody wants to get some of that. But you know what? The other thing too is um always try to split it if you can. And what I mean by this, if you have a big chunk of something, like say a 4 ounce chunk of something, cut it in half. If you get the round robin, there's a 4 ounce chunk of, I'm just going to use Rose Girls again as an example. Cut it in half and take 2 ounces and leave 2 ounces for somebody else to enjoy, who's after you. Don't glom the whole thing. I know in a round robin that I had been in, I put some beautiful soaps in, and what I asked was, they were really big, and anybody who uses handmade soaps knows they last a really long time. So nobody needed this big huge thing. What I should have done is cut it in half before I even sent it and packaged it separately and sent it that way. The person probably wouldn't have taken both, but I didn't. So, if you have something big, in you, or you see something big, don't take the whole thing. Just, cut it, as long as it's 2 ounces or more, cut it, and take, your portion, and leave the portion for, leave some for other people. I don't know. That's just how I feel. I think everybody should have a scale if they're going to be in your round robin. If they do not own a scale, if I was doing a round robin, they would not be able to be in my round robin, because I know a lot of people guesstimate and stuff like that. Um, for a lot of people who do round robins and are great round robiners, it's not so much of an issue because, they always end up putting way more back than they took out. But then there's the people who kind of really split it down the middle. You know what I mean? I took out 12 ounces, I'm putting in 12 ounces. Well, if you don't have a scale, your ounces are probably not going to be the same. And normally it's going to be the takeouts are more than the putbacks. But so I just think, I mean, and like you can get them anywhere. So for people to not have a scale, to be a wax addict and be in a round robin and not have a scale, I think is just, I don't get it. I just don't get it. They're cheap. You can buy them off Amazon. You can go to Walmart. I mean, you can go I mean, it's ridiculous. You know, food scale, like, come on. It's, you know, to me, you shouldn't sign up for round robins if you don't have a scale. That's just my opinion. Um, so pictures or detailed YouTube videos, definite must. Master list, what your takeouts and putbacks were. I never, because I always do a video, I never write the cent, but I'll put, you know, I'll put my takeouts and my putbacks as far as, you know, 2 ounces of CMC or whatever, you know, and I'll list them and I'll say, okay, here's my takeouts, here's my putbacks, and I'll show the master list on the video. And then my own list, not not a master list that I'm going to throw in the box, but my own list. Here's my list, guys. See, you can see it. In actually, it's not. I don't even do the vendor. I don't even do that. I just do the weight. So I weigh everything individually. I don't stick it all in at one time. I weigh everything individually and then add it up. And then, you know, like I said, my putbacks are always insanely ridiculous as far as, you know, 3 times, 4 times the amount, whatever. What I do suggest too, and this is, a lot of people start off with a regional A box. Now, depending on how many people you have, if you have 2 people plus yourself in a round robin, regional A box, that's probably good. I would never start out with a regional A box. I personally would always start out with a large rate box. That way, you have paid large flat rate to ship it. And then everybody else knows this is a large flat rate box. Because if you jam a box, for example, say you jam a box full of stuff, and the first person, maybe they don't find a lot that they like, right? So they take out some stuff, but they want to put back in more than they took out. There's no room to. So there's no room to expand. Or if you're going to do it, don't jam the box full. You know, the large flat rate box. Leave it, you know, do 3/4 of the way. And that way people have a chance to put more back than they took out. That's just, you know, again, another one of my opinions. So then of course you ship it to the next person. So I always do believe that there should be a card of some sort with the person's name on it. Of course, they only read their card. I mean, you know, I've never heard of anybody like opening other people's cards. I think that's kind of ridiculous. Normally all it says is thank you for participating in my round robin, and this is going to so and so and their address. You know, although their address could be personal information. You know what I mean, to them. They may not want everybody to know their address, you know. So, you know, if it doesn't have your name on it, don't touch it. Like, just don't. Um, you know, so those cards should always be in there. So, you know, you don't have to go back onto the group or whatever and say, who does this go to next? Whatever. Must always have a tracking number. Always. I think there should always be a tracking number for everything. Always. Like, I don't get it. I don't ever even leave my house to send out packages. I do everything through USPS.com. I print out my shipping labels. I request a carrier pickup. You know, I get the tracking number off the label. You know what I mean? I copy it and paste it, give it to the person, and there you're done. You know? The next thing is, so there always has to be a tracking label. You know, I mean, a lot of times I love when people are like, oh, it's in my car, I have to find it, you know. No, I'm sorry. You know, that's just not, you know, I know there are people who prefer to go to the post office. That's fine, you know, but it's one of those kind of unnecessary things, because once you the print the label out, assuming you're printing the label out, you get your tracking number. So you really don't need it from the post office. I know some people just fill up a box and go to the post office and let the post office do the label and all that other stuff, you know, with a piece of paper in hand, whatever. I don't know. You know, maybe, I don't know. I don't know why people do that. I think that's so much harder, but some people do. But always a tracking number to the next person, and obviously to the person who started it. Because a lot of times people will send out, like, for example, a small flat rate box, and this is what it says on here. Um, and it's your responsibility if the box gets damaged or if there's too much stuff in the box to replace it or go up to a larger flat rate box. I just don't really find that fair because God forbid the person who comes after me, you know what I mean? They're definitely going to have to up that box. And, I mean, should I not put in as much wax just because that person's going to have to up the box? No, I mean, I want everybody to get as much wax as they can and get as many choices as they can. And they want the original person to get as much as they can. So, I think it's just best out to start at a large flat rate, straight up, and so everybody knows that that's the case. Okay, you must send the box to the next person within blank days and provide a tracking number to me and the person who the box is going to next. I agree with that. Blank days, a lot of people say 3. I don't think that's enough time at all. I'm sorry. I'm a stay-at-home mom and I couldn't get stuff out in 3. If you pin me down, sure, I can. Like if I sell something to somebody, then absolutely, you know what I mean? It will get out. You know, either the next day or the day after, whenever the next carrier pickup is, it will get out within 2 days. Not an issue, whatever. But in a round robin, it's really hard. I mean, not only do you have to go through that wax, you have to, you have to sniff every single thing because that's the fun of it, right? And and then seal it back up and everything like that, and then take out what you want, and then you have to weigh it, and then you have to pick out the scents that you want to put back in and the vendors, and then you have to weigh that, and it is kind of a lot of work, um, unless, you're one of those people that just throws in all their crap, which again, that's a no-no. Like, the wax that you put back in, it's understandable that some wax is like smudgy. And even I just repackaged a ton of LCP, and I have 3x3 Ziploc, not zip. I'm saying Ziploc, but they're not Ziploc. Obviously, I know to use solo bags, but it's the kind with the zipper as opposed to the resealable. And getting those in there, it's soft wax. I mean, it's not super soft, but it's gonna smudge. It's soy. It's gonna smudge. So I mean, do I expect it to look like it got hit by a hammer? Like someone just took a hammer and was like, no, of course not. Obviously there's something wrong with that. But, expect a little smudging, guys. Like, come on. I mean, don't be ridiculous about it. But I think that for the most part, try to put it in as neatly as possible. If you have stuff laying around, like I have some LCP big like cookies that I'm putting in a round robin, as a matter of fact, and I could just take that whole bag. There's 2 of them in there. I could take the whole bag and put them in there, but I'm not going to. I'm going to redo it because they are kind of smushy. Like, you can't really see the bag. You can't see through the bag anymore, kind of thing. It's in the original packaging, so you know, I don't know. Some people are really picky about that. Some are others are not. I just say make it look neat, to best of your ability. Always put a label on it. Okay. Do you have to? I notice a lot of people label and put the ounces. I find that redundant. I mean, I think it's nice. It's a good concept, but I always reweigh everything anyway. So even if it says, if I take, say, a teddy bear and it says it's point, the person wrote it and said it's 0.7 ounces, I'm still going to weigh that, on my scale. So, I think it's kind of redundant, but like I said, that's everyone, that's their prerogative if they choose to do that. I think it's too much. It's, more work than needs to be done, but obviously a very clear label as to the vendor and the scent. Absolutely. Scent shot cups. I own mostly Scent Shot cups. I mean, Scent Shot cups in shapes for the most part. Scent Shot cups, if I was doing a red robin, told you, round robin, I would tape the lids. All you need to do is put like one little piece of tacking tape. I can't talk today. Packing tape, um, and for the most part that will stay in there. Or what you can do is put it in a baggie. That way you don't have lids all over the place, and packing, and then scent shots falling all out and whatever, and nobody knows what's what kind of thing. So either put it in a bag or a cello bag or tape the lids. A lot of people I know don't like the lids taped because then when they get it, you know, they kind of have to, they have to cut the tape to smell it. But who cares? So then take a little piece of Scotch tape and retape it. I don't know. But again, that's how I would do it. I would prefer taping the lids, but and I would prefer that to baggies because baggies take up more room. So I really would prefer that. But that would be my round robin advice. Um, let me see what else. Oh, prohibited putbacks. Now that's personal, absolute personal choice. If you don't want Better Homes and Gardens in there, it's your round robin. You can choose not to have Better Homes and Gardens. I know that I like a lot of vendors. Some people absolutely every single round robin. Nope, nope, don't, nope, 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 nope. I find it disappointing. I kind of find it sad because I understand why. I'm not gonna say I don't understand why. I do understand why. Either this vendor was making subpar wax or whatever the deal is, or they're just not a really great vendor, or they weren't. But see, the problem is I don't put if it's not, I still have, if you guys watch my buyers beware video, I still have that box of wax that smells like nothing. It is killing me to throw it away. I mean, will I ever give it to anybody? No. It belongs in the garbage. But I just the thought of throwing wax away. It smells like soap. It smells like nothing. But I'm going I'm just like watching all these scallops in my head like going into the garbage. I'm going, "Oh my God." No, they don't smell like anything. Like I got to think to myself, Chris, it's like, if you got rotten food in your refrigerator, you're not going to just keep it because it's food, right? You're going to throw it away. Whatever. I have to. But um a lot of people do throw in considered subpar vendors. But like I said, there's some subpar vendors that everybody else thinks is subpar that I really like. And maybe they were subpar when they started, but you have to give people that new vendor wiggle room because there's always room for improvement. I have a couple vendors that were very subpar when I first started getting their stuff, and now hit it out of the park. So I want to throw those vendors in so people can get it and go, holy crap, like, oh my God, I didn't even realize. Like, wow, oh my God, it's changed. It's better, it's awesome. Oh my God, it's great. It's kind of hard because it's kind of one of those, I don't know, it's one of those things. But again, it's your round robin. It's totally up to you what you want to put in and what you don't. I prefer to put in vendors that are lesser known and that I want people to that I really love and I want people to try. Um, I've been criticized for that. I'm sure people probably have said, oh, she puts in, crap. No, I mean, I put all the other vendors in too, but, yeah, I'll throw in extras of these vendors that I really like personally, but they're lesser known, so people can try them. In fact, I just got some in a round robin the other day. I'd never heard of this vendor. I grabbed a couple pieces because I was like, wow, never heard of this vendor before in my life. I grabbed some. I don't know. Maybe it's a stinky vendor. I have no idea, but I never heard of it. So I was like, wow, okay, it could be open up a whole new world to me. Oh my God, a whole nother vendor that I love. Anyway, but that's your kind of thing. For the most part, don't put in candles. Don't put in scoopables. If you're gonna put in scoopable anything, um, put it in a scent shot cup and label it very clearly. You know, I like I said, I mean, I like scoopables, but it's kind of a shame, but they do take up a lot of room in the box. That's kind of the problem. But to me, if you're I would love, like, if it, you know what I'd love to do is have a round robin that's strictly a scoopable round robin. And I started off with a large flat rate and I fill, you know, a bunch of, um, what you call it? You know, I put a bunch of scoopables in there and I put in a bunch of scent shot cups. So people can take as much or as little as they want and then pass it on. You know what I mean? It's almost like buffet style, family style as we call it, in the Italian community. It's like, we're gonna eat family style, like, buffet. So I don't know. I think it's kind of cool, but whatever. So a lot of people don't want scoopables in there. And like I said, I understand why. It does take up a lot of room in the box. Candles themselves, it takes up a lot of room. And, for the most part, I mean, who's really going to take a whole candle? I wouldn't, because if I choose to buy my own candles, that's fine, but I don't usually burn, so, you know, whatever. Um, and like I said, what was it? Labels? Yep. Make sure they're in the right bags. Um, this is the one other thing that's on this list. That it says, if something looks messy, please repackage it. I don't really feel that it's the next person in line's responsibility to repackage something. That's kind of a no-no to me. I've seen rants where people are like, hey, if it looks like this, repackage it. In a round robin, just like in a D-stash, or well, even in a round robin more, um, you have to realize this box is probably going across the country and stopping here, and someone's pulling all this stuff out and opening it and sniffing it and putting it back and repackaging it, and then the next person is pulling everything out and then repackaging and then putting more stuff on top of it. And if you expect it to get back to you in perfect condition, that's not going to happen. And that's not the point, because once you get it back in a round robin, do I think you should then sell it? Like, wow, look it, I got 6 pieces of rose girls. I'm gonna sell it. Like on the black market, I'm gonna sell it. Um, because I didn't pay anything, I didn't pay anything for it. No, I don't think you. And that's for your personal use, so you can enjoy different vendors. I don't know. That's my personal opinion. Anything that I get in round robins, I have a bin, and it's my round robin bin. And I have that's wax that will never go to anybody else. It's just for me, because I just don't think it's right that, I got this in a round robin, and yet, sure, I traded for it, or whatever, but I don't know. I just don't feel right. I didn't monetarily pay. I paid the shipping, but I didn't monetarily pay for it. So should I then go sell it? Like, say, someone was so kind and they gave me, all the top vendors back in my round robin. Should I then split it all up into D stashes and sell it? No, absolutely not. But but that being said, um, I don't agree with it. If something looks messy, please repackage it. I don't think it's the next person's responsibility to do that. I really don't. Normally, if I see something that's broken in a round robin, I'll take it myself. I'll grab it, because I'm just gonna throw it in my melter anyway. So I really don't care. Obviously don't put in something that's broken. I mean, brittle obviously is different, but don't put in, broken pieces of wax, like, you know, whatever. People differ as far as scent shots. Should you put in a half a scent shot in a D stash? I mean, not a D stash, in a round robin. Um, I don't know. Um, I know, like, for example, Candles by Victoria, a lot of people do half of a scent shot, quarter of a scent shot. Then that person gets to enjoy a quarter of a scent shot. As long as you're putting your ounces in, I don't know. Again, up to you. Would I allow that in my round robin? Probably not. No, probably not. There's so many chunks and um tarts, and, like, there's so many vendors out there that give you 4 packs and 6 packs of stuff that, you certainly have enough to share. You don't need to cut your scent shots in half to, I don't know. That's just my opinion. But on the other hand, I don't know. That's kind of up in the air for me. Would I allow people to do half-cent shots? I would never let someone do a quarter-cent shot. Absolutely not. No. And it's the same thing like in D-stashes too. Like when I see people have, you know, like half clamshells or half, they're destashing half a clamshell or a clamshell with two cubes left or something like that, or, a quarter of a cent shot. I mean, I just think that's tacky. I mean, you already used up three-quarters of it. That's like me, eating, three-quarters of a gallon of ice cream and then, selling the rest or bringing it back to the supermarket and going, like I want my money back or something. I don't know. No, I just think that's tacky. Um, a lot of people do. Those are my big ones. Always label, like I said. Handwriting is fine. If you want to handwrite, be as neat as possible. I got a new label maker, and thank God I did because my handwriting's horrid. Um, but it doesn't have to be professionally labeled, with a label maker. A lot of people don't have it, but just make sure that that label is securely adhered to the bag. Don't use crayon. Don't Sharpie marker the cello bags. Sharpie, you think, oh, Sharpie permanent marker. No, anybody who's anybody knows it will rub off, and so by the time it gets to the person, they have no idea what the vendor is. They have no idea what the scent is. No, label it somehow. Put a label, even if it's handwritten. Um, whole loaves or pies. Um, I personally wouldn't do that in my round robin. I wouldn't want people put the same reason I wouldn't want them putting whole scoopables in unless I did a scoopable round robin. Um, a scoopable only round robin. I wouldn't want to. It takes up too much room. Obviously, I mean, how many loaves and pies you can be able to fit into a box, and if you have 7 or 8 people, I don't know, it takes up a lot of room and then they have to cut it. I think that's your responsibility as a round robin participant. Not to say I have not put loaf slices in round robins. Absolutely I have. Absolutely. That's why I buy loaves and pies is to share. So absolutely I have pie pieces and pie chunks and loaf slices. Absolutely put it in there. But put it in the inappropriate cello bag and label it and, put the slice in, but don't put the, a whole pie because, and say, oh, well, people could take what they want. I mean, who really has time for that? So, um, but other than that, for the most part, I mean, some vendors, even like vendors, go to the point of if you don't follow these rules, you'll be banned from purchasing for, 6 months or the next year or whatever. That's a vendor's choice. And do I really think that's harsh? No, I actually, I kind of don't because that's their choice. I mean, it does take a lot of time, to put, they're making a lot of wax for you. So I don't know, but that's basically it for the, round robins. And you know what? I think unless like someone's really been banned in the wax community on round robins, um, I shouldn't say that. I don't know. It's hard. I don't I don't like when people pick people on round robins because they know they have like a lot of rose girls. You know what I mean? Or they know they have a lot of sniff my tarts. I don't think that's really nice. I mean, obviously, they have a lot of the best wax, so we're gonna pick them, to be in our round robin. But that's not really nice. I have a lot of nice wax too. I might not have a crap load of rose girls, but I have, you know, good, better, just as good as Sniff My Tarts or Rose Girls or whatever wax too to share. So, I don't know. You know, I don't like that. You know, um, I would pick a person depending on their reliability and how honest I think they are. You know what I mean? That's how I would pick a person, not necessarily knowing, oh, well, they have none of this or they have none of that, so I'm not going to pick them. Like, no, I wouldn't do that. That's just, to me, it's kind of discriminatory in a way. That's not right. Just because they haven't gotten their hands on any, you're going to exclude them. I don't like that. Like I said, my personal opinion. Um, But that's really about it. Oh, the other thing too is as far as I don't really think this matters as much. A lot of people only do like East Coast or they do West Coast. I mean, I think if you're gonna go gung ho. I mean, if you're gonna just do like I said a large flat rate box, your people are gonna be all over the place. Your box is gonna go all over the place. You got to know that ahead of time. So expect it. Expect it to be kind of beat up when you get it. Like I said, make a round robin bin. That's all your round robin stuff. You don't sell it. You don't give it to anybody. You just melt it. Because wow, look at all these new vendors that I get to try that I don't have or that I've never heard of. That's so cool. To me, that's awesome. That's so cool. That's why I would have one. I wouldn't have one to get any specific vendor. I would have one to like get new vendors, like people I've never heard of before. Like, wow, that would like be exciting to me if I opened up a box of all these new vendors like that I had never heard of before. That'd be really cool. But that's basically it. So anyway, that's kind of like I said the round robin etiquette. Like I said, you can agree with me, you can disagree with me. It's just kind of my do's and don'ts, what I kind of would do or wouldn't do if I was running a round robin, or what I think is correct and not necessarily correct, what I think is like not correct or not correct, but what's more important and what's less important, you know. Um, you know, so that's it. So that's people have asked my opinion and they've come online and on to me online and asked personally. And like I said, I give them this master sheet that I have. I'll probably change this up because even like reading this is a vendor specific one, so it's good for vendors. But I'm gonna make one just like per you know personal for people's personal use if they wanted to start one. Um, you know. So anyway, that's it. So I hope you guys have a good night. My headache's gone, by the way, or my neck ache. Well, it's still there a little bit, but it's mostly gone. So I hope you guys have a great night. And hopefully tomorrow, well, I don't know when I'm making my next video. I might get a box tomorrow. I might not. I don't know. But hopefully by the time I make my next video, you will see something up on these walls right here. Or I'm going to have to like change positions to where it's decorated. Because I did do some decorating. But anyway, you guys have a great night. And like I said, round robin, go to the link and enter the annotation link here, enter the contest. Super excited about that. Super excited. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later.